Hello guys, Ingemar here. Today we are going to install the Bull Bar from Plomor. I got this a few weeks ago and I'm really impressed by the quality. It's really good, it's one solid piece, very massive. So yeah, let's put it on, should be very easy. I'll show you. So what's in the package? Of course, the bull bar itself. Those beams here, they're only here for transport protection, so they're not part of it. You got some brackets to mount it to the original bumper, two of it, and of course some screws, bolts, and covers and spacers here. Good. Let's check the Grenadier, what has to come off. Okay, let's get those off. Okay, now let's remove those two plastic covers. That's a pity if it rains. No wet. This one just snaps out of the position. And the same here. Okay guys, next you remove the cover plate for the winch, and then you have to remove those two bolts here, which are holding the bumper here in the middle section. It's a T50 Allen screw, and in addition you have to remove those little screws here holding the two parts of the bumper together, of course on both sides. Don't forget the two screws here underneath the bumper. Good. The center part is now loose. I just removed it as much as I could to just reach those two screws where the bracket is going to be installed. It's still connected via the cables for the PVC, of course. I didn't want to undo the whole bumper to also here we got a right and left, so the open space has to face inward, otherwise you're unable to screw the bolt back in, of course. So it's a bit tight but doable. Let's do the other side. Good. The two brackets are now installed. They perfectly align with the manufacturer holes already in there for the OEM Bull Bar, I assume. And now let's just bolt that stuff back on, fix all the little screws again, and then we continue with the Bull Bar itself. So guys, the spacers are in there, or the brackets, let's call them brackets. The middle section of the bumper is back on the car, and now it's time to actually install the Bull Bar. Let's see if it's a one-man job or not. There we go. It's not too heavy. It's really nice because, in fact, just put it there and no one has to hold it. So you can easily do that alone. That's absolutely no problem. You get those little spacers with them. And since we removed the original plastic covers, and the bumper sits a little bit further away, so where those holes are mounted, you actually put the spacer underneath the new bull bar and put a little screw in there, and that's it. We don't need those anymore. And here the bull bar has a nice little rubber seal, which in fact connects nicely to the factory bumper. Okay, let's do that. So regarding those spacers here, one that go between the bumper and the new bull bar, you also get longer screws with that. So those are the screws, those are the original ones. So everything is included in the package. I'll start with the ones on top because the lower ones are easier to reach in fact. So do that first. Let's see how it works. I installed the washers. So I put both spacers there. I'll slide it back in. And that did work. Isn't that hard, but if you have smaller hands, it's easier. Good, and let's do the same stuff on the other side. Okay, I'm putting the washers on to have the screws ready. Let's try the same trick. That still works. So I put the washers on there, the spacers on there first. And then put the bull bar back in. Put the screws in. They are not bearing any load. They're just to connect the bumper with the bull bar here in the back. It's only very loosely in there, so it can still move around. And now the important load-bearing screws come in. They are T50 Allen screws, and let's install those. So in theory, that should now align nicely. I have to just push a little on it, and then it works. And what I meant without pushing on it, just bend the bull bar slightly forward, and then the holes align perfectly. Do the same here. Yeah. Saw that? You can actually feel it. Well. And look at that. Very, very cool. Now let's finish up the little screws on top and on the bottom. Close that up again and finish up the install. So far, I like it. I'm sorry guys, the battery died in the final moment of the install, but I think you got it. I was just fixing the 4 bolts on the upper and lower side, each side, and that's it. The install is ready. It looks really, really nice. I like the design of it. It seems to be quite tough, and yeah, looking forward to drive it around. Final touches now. Let's put in the little plugs here for the holes where you screw those bolts in. And it's done. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. It's the Plomor Grenadier Bull Bar European version. There's a US version as well. The difference is only how you mount them. Yeah, I'm happy. Let me know. Thank you.